grew up in Manchester and attended Central High School. He and his family spent summers at Hampton Beach. His interest in theater was sparked by two very close family members. First, his older sister Missy, a dancer, got Max involved in productions at the Palace Theater in downtown Manchester. Max calls the Palace his home away from home.
Did make my debut in the second grade as Kurt Von Trapp in The Sound of Music there. And then I sort of left it behind for a while and I focused on sports because that was what I thought I was supposed to do.
But in high school, Max went back to the Palace Theater and he never looked back.
Every day after school, I was at the Palace. And I did all the professional shows there for about 4 seasons, up until 2010 when I graduated.
The second person who really encouraged Max to follow his dream, his grandfather, Raymond Truncelito.
My bumpa, who's coming to see the show, and I can't wait because I dedicated the show to him. He's the reason why. I perform in many ways. He introduced me to the good movie musicals, and he sent me to a Carnegie Mellon pre-college program before my senior year, and that was the place where I realized, all right, I'm going to do it.
Max attended the College Conservatory of Music at the University of Cincinnati. By senior year, he had signed with a talent agency and was on his way.
I made my Broadway debut my first year moving to New York, and I've now done 8 Broadway shows.
Max spent a lot of his early years as a swing. That is an actor or dancer who can take on a number of ensemble roles, stepping into a role at the very last minute. Swings oftentimes don't even get in a full rehearsal before they go on stage before a live audience.
Until the pandemic, I don't think that they were as appreciated, and I've made a career as an understudy, and I'm so proud of that.
The Ogunquit production is Max's first opportunity to perform back home in New England since moving to New York. He didn't realize how much he yearned for a taste of home.
This has fueled something in my soul. I didn't know I needed this as much as I did.
It also gives his biggest fan, Mom Jane, a chance to see her son on stage several times a week, usually bringing a busload of people.
She made rally rags that she used to use for like pep rallies and stuff at school. This time she had the logo with my face on them. And it was like, waving them around. But I mean, how lucky am I to look out and see 40 plus people with the same group just here to celebrate. It feels like a celebration.
Max returned to Central High School in 2022 when he was inducted into the school's Hall of Fame. He hopes the arts that inspired him will motivate other young people.
The arts are so crucial. It saved my life. It did, in one way or another. It saved my life. And I just hope that other kids get similar opportunities and they just don't keep cutting down on budgets because it's so important. It's so important.
Opportunities that the Palace Theater gave him, with the encouragement of his family, allowed Max to believe in himself and pursue his dreams.
My mom and dad and my sister Missy are my everything. And Missy's like, Missy, my sister, my dance partner, my best friend is, I do it for her because she showed me I could.
I'm happy again.
Max and his partner, Matt Doyle, who won a Tony in 2022 for his role in Company, always seem to be working on different projects at the same time. They don't have any immediate plans to work together, but Max has definite ideas about his own future goals.
I'm really interested in creating something new, and people always ask what my dream role is, and I feel like I'm doing one of them right now. I want to do it again. but I really want to create something new.
Max hopes to motivate young people who are interested in the arts to go for it. Much like his idol, Gene Kelly, once inspired a little boy in Manchester to reach for the stars.
I'm dancing and singing in the rain.